Hey, manifesting along with me. This is a playlist I've started to show you my process, and hopefully you can do it with me, along with me. And this is the second video, so it's an update. I started this 4 or 5 days ago, and my intention then was use the speak up method, linked down below, to manifest working to help remove pain for people, physical pain. So I spoke the intention, I asked for the help. Everything I did you can read down below in the link. And I will share with you soon another thing I will try, but just an update first. Not much has happened. What has happened is that I kind of lost the joy of it. No, not helping people with pain. I do feel joy when people well, it's amazing when people tell me it's gone. But the whole project of being, like, if you want to call it a pain coach, maybe I was a little fast deciding to do that. It feels a little off. I will of course help anyone who contacts me with it, but to be the pain coach and to work mostly with that, no, it doesn't sit well with me. So nothing has happened. I haven't gotten any, I've gotten quite a few comments from people, but nothing which leads to money. I told you in the last video that I really like to do YouTube and spirituality as a full-time job. Now it's not, right? So nothing has happened in that department. So that's the update. And I'll tell you a crazy thing I'm gonna manifest really soon, but first let me talk a little bit about this process. Because what I manifest is very open. I ask for a solution. I don't manifest, I want this amount of clients, I want these types of clients, I want this amount of money. No. What I spoke was my intention is that I am experiencing, I think it was interest, or the opportunity to help people with pain. So it's very open, and anything can happen, and I prefer it that way. And using that method is, I see it as creating space. If you go the traditional route, I want 10 clients, they are supposed to have these personality traits, and I want this amount of money by this date. Then there's no space, I find, for the universe to do its magic. And by keeping it open, you also create space for yourself, because you don't know what's coming. So I see it as creating an open space for the universe to do its magic, and also by not being too attached to it and allowing space and silence, there's also room for guidance. If you are really stressed out, if you're lost in the woods and you start running in panic, you cannot see the path, you cannot see where does the sun set, where does that river go. You know, we need to take a step back and to observe it. Give it some space and also allow it for things to come to you. If you're too stressed, you won't notice it pop in, which is a great idea from spirit coming to you without you thinking of the topic. This is guidance, and I think that's the part of the creation of this manifestation too. So space is a cue here. Now, I did this many days ago, so the clients with the pain thing it's out there. It might not be because it doesn't feel right, but I don't know. I'm open. So I will try something that I see as really, really hard. So my starting point is not the best. Let me tell you what it is. I made some art. I call it manifestation art. It's art that symbolizes that things are, moving, so to speak. And I won't cheat by showing it to you or anything. I'll just tell you that I made Well, it's photographs. Well, it's a long story, but anyway, I think it's really great. But I'm the only one. I even made a website. I ran ads to it. I was so convinced that I'm gonna be a famous artist now. Who knew? No, it's been it's been nothing. And I printed one out, and I said at the Christmas party, I said, well, if anybody wants this, you know, this picture with a frame and everything. No, people just said, I don't get it. Sorry, I don't get it. So it's like a dead end, right? Nothing is happening. So I'm gonna do it now, in fact, and you can follow my recipe, right, for your thing. And this is more like a joke, but I really think it's good. But people seem to disagree. But okay, anyway, I couldn't give it away. I don't get it. No, okay. So I will try this now, and I just and maybe even Jay, you know, the Dr. Woman, Mysterious, Anonymous, sending us info about the universe. She has made a series that is all about playing and having fun with the universe, and that makes a whole lot sense to me. And this might be it, you know, just kidding around with this art. I actually don't believe it's gonna happen, because people don't want it. But let's see, right, if I can do something. Anyway, so my intention, let me just plan the sentence, and you plan your sentence. Yeah, my intention is that I'm experiencing attention and interest around my art of manifestation. I ask that this happens in the best interest of all, and ask for this or something even better. And now I ask my guides to help me with this. Thank you for assisting me in this manifestation. Thank you. And I was also a little, there's some people around here sound like drunk people, so I'm just going to be a little aware of things happening. And of course, I'm protected. We're all protected. So that's it. Yeah, they're far away. So that's the art part. I will not show it to you. Maybe it would be almost like cheating to get interest from this video, right? So you don't know where to find it. You know what it looks like. So this is not cheating. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you want to hang out, I will share with you that I started doing something I've never done before. So feel free to end the video now if you want to, and I'll share this thing that it's not directly connected to manifesting, but it's something on my mind. So yeah, well, thank you for sticking around. When I started my spiritual journey, I tried to talk to people about it, and there was no interest, like my art. Nothing. People didn't want to hear it, so I stopped, and I thought, I'll wait until they ask. They haven't. They're not. And that's fine. I have you guys in the comments, and I have Jay, and I have other friends that are spiritual. I seeked out a spiritual community in my home area, so it's all good. I don't need to talk to people about this who is not asking. But I'm on a job, right? I won't give any details. And I'm working with a person on this job, and this person has a conflict with another person at this job, right? So, classic scenario. And she, well, I picked up on it, and I just said, and I did this. I said, hey, this is maybe gonna sound crazy, but I have experienced that if I have a conflict and I do a certain thing, then it kind of goes away by itself. So what you do, and I didn't, what I should have done, looking back, I should have said, can I tell you about it? Are you interested? You know, that would be better. I didn't do that. I just told her. I didn't talk for like half an hour. I just told. So you raise your heads, and I did the speak up thing, right? And the intention that this conflict goes away. Yeah. And people in the comments have experienced this. I have experienced this not many, but several. That's the word, several times. And she and I said, this might sound crazy. We don't know everything about the universe. Blah 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 blah. So my intention is maybe it helps you. So I don't want to ask her, did you do it? But my point is that I don't know if I should continue to do this or not. What do you think about that? When people you recognize the fact that you might help them with some method that you use, and they have a problem, but they haven't asked for your advice. Would you tell them? One thing is to give them advice which is non-spiritual, but the spiritual advice is maybe a stretch, right? I'm unsure. A part of me think it's my inner critic still thinking this is weird and blocking myself from spreading the word outside of YouTube. Another part of me says, no, respect their journey. Don't push theories onto them and methods they haven't asked for. So I'm a little torn. What do you think? I think it's not relevant just for me, for this is about talking about these things without being asked, right? A third perspective would be, hey, my intention was to help. It was not my ego trying to look, brilliant. I genuinely wanted to help. What happens after that? None of my business. Totally not up to me. I did what I felt right, what was in my heart, sharing, and this lands with me. This feels right. That's all I did. Try to be nice, And maybe, who knows, right? Like 5 years from now, she reads something in a book that reminds me of what I said, or we never know how these things work out. Yeah, but I would still love your input on it, even though I kind of coach myself into an answer here. But I'm willing to change my mind. Absolutely, I do that often. So please tell me in the comments what you think of telling people about these things without them asking. Okay. See you soon, my friend.